activity. We're just going to spend a few minutes today activating a part of our brain that, if we continue to do so, will undoubtedly help us feel more grounded and equanimous throughout our life. And it's Thursday, so I'd like to think of this as Thankfulness Thursday or Gratitude Thursday. And let's see, yesterday, those of you that were on the call, we talked about growth versus performance mindset. And again, there's a lot of research in this field, certainly, motivated by a lot of folks in the business world that want to understand, how do you make teams more effective and perform better. And so we can oftentimes get stuck in this idea that it's all about performance. So whether we're doing meditation, gratitude, compassion, oftentimes we get hung up on the end state. This is where I want to be. And if I'm not achieving that, then our inner critic, I know my inner critic can have a field day with how incompetent I am and how, I should know better by this point and what's wrong with me and so forth. I'm guessing that's also familiar to some of you. And so in contrast to the performance mindset, we talked about a growth mindset, which is really about saying, I'm not so worried about how well I actually do this in this moment. What I'm interested in is learning, is just an incremental improvement in my technique and my approach. And in this case, mindset is really our attitude, our narrative, or our story that we bring to the table. And I think this is really applicable to gratitude, especially when it comes to expressing gratitude for ourselves. Right? Many of us, I think, have a much easier time expressing or feeling gratitude for others. So today I'm going to take a little bit of a twist on the gratitude practice. The goal, the explicit goal of this practice is not to be perfect at this, but rather I want you to see if you can notice any blockers or any hindrances that come up for you when you try to access gratitude for yourself. So what is gratitude? Gratitude, again, is an embodied experience with something we feel in our body. It's not just an intellectual concept that we engage in. And it's in this moment, it's an awareness, right? I know that this is happening because I can feel it in my body. And the underlying driver of gratitude is this sense that I've somehow benefited from something. Life could be very different. I could have had a completely different experience that wasn't as positive, but in this moment, I'm aware of the fact that I'm feeling a sense of appreciation for the fact that something good is happening to me. And in this case, for someone and or something, we're going to focus on ourselves and remembering that there's so much in our own lives and about ourselves that in many ways we don't really, the sense of self that we have where we think like, oh, this is me doing this. Well, there's a lot of things in life that we benefit from within ourselves that frankly we have nothing to do with, right? Just think about your liver right now is processing all kinds of enzymes. Your heart is beating, your lungs are breathing. There's all kinds of things happening within your self right now that you actually have nothing to do with. And so you're in a very real way a beneficiary of something that is that you're experiencing in the moment. So there's some tricks here to how to access gratitude. There's three things that I like to focus on. The first one is just an appreciation of the goodness that's happening. So just noticing that I have a body and my heart is beating right now, and I'm actually in this moment safe. I'm able to choose to be on this call, right? There's so many things about this present moment that we can focus on and appreciate. You can also access gratitude through imagining what life would be like without the specific, characteristic or aspect of yourself. There's lots of parallel universes where you can imagine, maybe I wasn't, as healthy as I am right now, or maybe I didn't have access to the ability to use technology to engage in this group. So imagining what life could be like without that, and that makes the appreciation of the benefits all the sweeter in the moment. And then this last one is also a powerful one. Just there's the truth is there's a last time to everything. You know, there's a last time that we are all going to get together on a call like this, and there's a last time where I may have the good health. You know, maybe I have a friend of mine who injured her knee, and you know, life has been challenging, and it's been very, very different for her. So imagining the last time when my knee was actually healthy and I could do the things that I really enjoyed doing, that can also sweeten this appreciation in the present moment. So let's start with the usual, you know, closing our eyes, grounding in the present moment, and accessing the awareness of how simple this moment is right now. So I put my feet flat on the ground. I put the palms of my hands on my knees and on my lap, and just close your eyes and notice that right here, right now, things are pretty simple. We're just sitting, noticing my body in contact with the chair, my feet in contact with the ground, the body's breathing, and just noticing how we're all beneficiaries right now of this amazing thing called our body, which just knows exactly what to do. It's just breathing, heart is beating, our organs are doing all kinds of amazing things that we actually have nothing to do with right now. And in a very real sense, we are the beneficiaries of all of this happening in this moment, so that we can be on this call together and we can step into a moment of appreciation and gratitude. And I like to start a gratitude practice with a sort of an easy gateway. So just bring to mind another person in your life for whom you feel appreciation and gratitude. Maybe it's specific things that they're doing, just or the way they're showing up for you. And see if you can get in touch with the embodied sense of what it's like to have this memory in this moment, someone who is kind and generous, supportive. And notice what it feels like in your belly and in your chest to notice that this person exists in your life, that they're doing what they're doing, and how you benefit from that. And see if you can amplify the sensation of this appreciation and this gratitude. And we can do so first by just noticing the goodness, the positivity of it all. And then maybe imagine what your life would be like if this person didn't exist. What would you be missing? And then maybe going a step further and imagining, what if the last time you interacted with this person was the last time that you got to see them, or that you got to be on the receiving end of their kindness and their behavior towards you? And again, noticing what it's like to embody that sense of gratitude for this person. And now shift your attention towards yourself. And see if you can transfer this appreciation and this gratitude that you feel for this other person towards yourself. What is it that you do, or what's just an innate part of your personality or who you are that feels sweet and feels special? And for me, there's been an increasingly a growing appreciation for the fact that I have been with myself. I've been my own companion through all kinds of challenging life experiences. I'm still here. And I still show up. I'm trying and I'm learning every day how to be a better companion towards myself, to appreciate this body that I have, the relative health that I still have as I'm aging. Appreciating my intention for how I want to show up and be with other humans in this lifetime. While there are many things where I don't perform as well as I'd like to, or as I imagine I could, like that I keep showing up and keep trying is worth acknowledging appreciation for. So see if you can, part of yourself that is imperfect, it keeps showing up, keeps coming to these sessions and keeps trying. Again, just notice in your body, where do you feel that appreciation for self? And if you notice any resistance to feeling it, if there's any part of your mind that is discounting it or somehow blowing it off, see if you can just notice that. This is part of the growth mindset. Get curious about, what is that about me that I seem to reject or that I might be unwilling to acknowledge as positive and as good. See if you can meet that part of yourself with some compassion and kindness, some patience. And take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Open your eyes. Again, just seeing everyone on this call. We're all humans. We're all trying to do the best that we can with what we've got. And in my experience, it's a really profound practice to actually take a minute or two every day and just close your eyes and connect with that part of you that's worthy of appreciation and acknowledgement. And you're not going to get it right all the time, but it's, as the Buddhists say, we're entitled to the effort, but not the outcome. So it's really just about showing up, trying to do it every day. And over time, it will get easier and easier. So I hope that was helpful. That's today's gratitude practice. Be back here same time, same place tomorrow at noon. And as always, I'll stick around for a few more minutes if anyone wants to connect and talk.